welcome to Special Grade Snacks, the Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast. We're your Special Grade Snacks. I'm Kay.
And I'm Sarah.
Welcome to the last episode of the first half of the first season.
The last first.
Indeed. This is how we're doing it, because I think it'll be awkward otherwise. I'm just getting that out of the way.
Like,
yeah.
You shot me a message last week. He was like, hey, I don't want to, do this episode and then the first one of the next cour as, a podcast episode. So let's just do this one in isolation and then pick up once season 2 kicks off.
Yeah, because, at the end of this episode, they, show the preview for the next time, and it's, all the new friends are there, and it's going to take a lot of, talking about them, I think.
Right, and there's a lot that goes on in this episode also that that would just be a 3-hour long. That would be in a Song of Babies and Puppies length episode.
Yeah, and the 2 episodes, I don't think they'll have a lot of flow into each other either.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
So that's we're just doing the 1 episode this week, and then we're probably gonna do it we're probably just gonna do also the same thing at the very end of the cour, because this leaves us with a straggler, because there's only gonna be 11 episodes in the next half. Mm-hmm. But that's fine. We'll just
I think it'll be good. Again. I think having
it will be
a decompression type episode will be helpful.
Yeah, this is functioning as both the end of the season and also the end of the cour and the cour in review episode, the looking back episode.
Mm-hmm. I'm nodding thoughtfully.
Yeah. You're nodding thoughtfully. You've got your list of characters in your hand.
Yes.
You're holding up a vial and it says, "Finally, substance designed to make Xenia mad."
We'll get to it. We watched 1 episode of an anime this week.
We watched 1 episode of anime, and we did absolutely 0 other anime watching between the time the last episode came out and now.
I would never cheat on my podcast anime with any other anime. I've never seen another anime.
Me eating cereal. Kay will never make an AMV for anything that is not Jujutsu Kaisen.
I will never watch a sports anime. I don't even know what that is.
Kay will never find herself in tears over the bond shared between 2 high school boys who play a sport together.
God, one was large and one was small.
What if one was large and one was small?
Damn, this is crazy.
I think this is okay. One haiku joke, and then we go on to the podcast. I think this is why Eren is such a good ship with the Atsumus, because the Atsumus are normal height, but Eren is just a very, very large. So that's basically what if one was tall and one was small.
I like you calling them the Atsumus.
Why did I do that? They're the Mia twins. Why did I do that?
There's just 2 Atsumus. Oh, man.
God. I'm really loving it. Osamu dyeing his hair
He's so
blonde.
fucking mad at you right now. This is when I can't call him Suki because he would be mad at me. You've caused him, an anime boy, to hate you so much. But you made another anime boy very happy while doing it, so it's neutral.
I think it would be funny if Samu dyed his hair blonde and just pretended to be Atsumu.
He does a different thing with his hair later. You'll have to wait to find out.
Yeah, I'm told he wears a hat.
This is my new hair dye. It's a hat.
I just love that. I just have a loosely cobbled together idea of what happens later on in Haikyuu, and one of them is that Osamu Miya wears a hat.
I mean, I gotta give it to you. He does.
Thank you for the points. Oh my god. So, while watching this week's episode of tomorrow, episode 13, Jujutsu Kaisen, tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it tomorrow. Sorry, everybody. I haven't seen it yet. I was waiting until tomorrow.
The sun will come out tomorrow, but for now the moon is out because Junpei is double cheeked up in the stairwell.
Yeah,
dead
that's
as
your
fuck.
bottom dollar. Get it?
I had a horrible realization, which is that we've been calling this in the Special Grade Snacks Discord. We've been calling this kind of Yoshi Junpei, right, or Dinosaur Junpei,
or a Totodile double cheeked.
Yeah, Totodile got the cheeks, but his name is Yoshi. No,
yeah, he's not Yoshi. Don't get it twisted.
Or it could be no in the Japanese sentence structure, the particle no.
Yeah, he's Yoshi's.
He is Yoshi's.
Yoshi's
Yoshi.
Junpei. Yeah, Yoshi's Island sequel, Yoshi's Junpei.
Pretty good.
Hey, thanks.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, they just do like a bit of they show Junpei cheeked up on the floor. They show his tear-stained.
Don't forget that he's dead and sad about it.
He's dead and crying. He was crying right before he expired. Tears still wet on his face. And then we go outside for the same shit, just like a little bit of like the last snippet of the last episode where Nanami is like, "Hey, did you hit him? Yeah. Did he hit you? Yeah, but he didn't transform you. Nah. Okay, let's beat the shit out of this guy. All right, square up." Mm-hmm. Nanami just says, "Yeah, I can't like do any damage to him, but I can incapacitate his movement. So let's fucking go." And then Mahito stances up and he makes one of his arms a spear, and then makes an eyeball on another hand, and he says, "I'll keep an eye on Yuji."
Yeah, but he doesn't actually do that. So what was the point of that?
No, he doesn't. He wanted to make a joke.
Yeah, he's just having fun with it, I guess.
Yeah.
He doesn't yet realize that this is serious.
Yeah, he has not realized that this is not the time for jokey jokes. He'll find that out in about 10 minutes though. The Sakuga, there's like just a 30-second fight scene here, and the Sakuga is so fucking good, of just like everyone running around, fighting, punching, kicking, shape-shifting, ratioing.
Yeah. I thought Nanami would like unwrap his knife, but he doesn't. So I'm wondering about that.
Yeah,
I thought that would be his like final technique of like, now I'm taking off the limiters of my knife and it's sharp now.
Well, he's still he didn't need that final technique.
He was gonna die. So.
No, he was fine.
Whatever.
Mahito explodes into a bunch of spikes, like he got the double spike power-up in Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
I was thinking that it was very Kirby-esque, like he did a down B and he got Spike Ball.
He did a down B and he became a Gordo. In the manga, there's like this panel of him, like at the very center of the spike ball, because in the anime, the way that they did it is like there's just like a ball of flesh in the center and a bunch of flesh spikes protruding out. But in the manga, it was just like Mahito like in the fetal position in the center instead of like that just like ball of flesh with Mahito face poking out of it. And in the manga, like that like fetal position Mahito just looks so like pouty about it, and he's saying, "Oh, forget this one. This only works against small fries."
Yeah, he didn't like this move because it didn't work, and they started hitting him.
Yeah, they immediately start breaking his spikes apart, and he's like, "Well, okay, I got some. I guess I have to go baby mode."
He becomes a little baby child, and I'm very upset because it's pretty cute.
It is adorable. It's reminiscent of Nezuko in Demon Slayer. She does that once or twice, and it's really good when she does that also. It's way cuter though, because she's a good person, and Mahito's an evil person.
Wait, I thought she was already a baby. She's so little.
Oh, she is like she's like 14 at the start, but she at one point she like shrinks to become slightly more baby to avoid an attack, and it's very cute.
All right, I don't know anything about Demon Slayer.
You should watch Demon Slayer. It's pretty good.
I will.
It's pretty good. It's got Bakugo in it for like an episode.
Bakugo's in it. Yeah, he's a pig boy.
No, that's not Bakugo. That's not Bakugo.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, that's not him. Bakugo's a different guy. Bakugo's got like a scar on his face, and he shows up in like one episode.
Everyone comes to me and they say, "Kay, you have to watch this anime. There's a rude little pig boy that you'll really just love."
You will love him. Don't get me wrong. You will love him. That's just not that's not Bakugo. That's not Okamoto.
Okay. Pretty familiar of you to use that name for him, but that's okay. I won't tell him.
I'm sorry, Nobuhiko-san. I forgot which one was your last name for a moment. Because the way like Wikipedia puts the names,
it's annoying to me. I have to like go and check like the kanji to see which way is the actual way to do it.
Like Wikipedia is like this character of Teppei Kiyoshi, and I'm just like that's not his name.
That's not his name. You can't call him that. I mean, he would let you. He's polite, but
yeah, he is polite. He would let you say it. Mahito is baby for a minute, but then he decides to grow up and does ahegao and pukes up some transfigured humans.
This part is gross, yeah.
Yeah, he like his eyes really just roll all the way back in his head for this.
He's being so gross in this whole part.
Yeah, gross, that's the word. That's
Wait a second. Sarah.
Yes?
It's gross, right?
Yes. Him puking up the transfigured humans is gross. That is very gross. But...
And what about the part where he's, like, drooling and slimy all over the place? That part is gross, too, right?
Do you want to just, like, splice some, like, audio of me saying no in here to, like, cover my tracks to the audience? Or, sorry, yes? Me saying yes, absolutely gross to cover... Because I'm not about to say that out loud. You know... I'm sorry, Kay. So apologies, but yeah, he does Ahegao, and he sicks these 3 little guys on Itadori, and it's the same little guys from the Pop-Up Pirate game.
Yeah, I guess it's the guys from Pop-Up Pirate game.
But they were just 3 transfigured little kids, and they attack Itadori, and it's sad.
It is sad.
Mahito is like, all right, go kill the kid, and then he starts fighting Nanami again, and he's like, Itadori won't kill those kids, won't kill humans, and then the little toddler transfigured humans all attack him and are like, please kill me, and then he like makes a sad face, and then this is a small change from the manga that I didn't like, which is that in the anime, we see him, he does like I don't know, like 20 seconds of like fighting with these guys, and then he's like stopped by their cries because one of them is like, does like Nina Alexander play with me to him. And he like stops in his tracks. And then one of the kids like is like, please kill me. And he's like, he cries, and then he like stiffens up his face with resolve. But in the manga, he doesn't like do that resolve face. He just like he is just experiencing emotions. I
feel like in the manga, is there anything of him like killing the things, or no? Is it we don't
see it. It's the exact. We get the exact same as we get here. Just the implication.
I think that scene is in there to make what happened more clear. Because I think if that's not there, then it's not totally clear. Honestly.
I mean, I think by like, if that wasn't there, what conclusions do you think the audience would have jumped to? I'm curious.
I mean, you just don't know, right? Like, he was having a hard time. Like, you wouldn't know until you get to the body bag scene.
Yeah, and I kind of like that a bit more, personally.
I don't know. I think it's more important for an anime to be, like, more clear, because you can't, like, go back to other pages.
Yeah, you got. You know what? You're right.
You have to keep going along with the action, pretty much.
Right. I totally get that. Okay. But then we do go back to Nanami, and Mahito's like, I'm gonna make him fight you next. Then he'll cry and piss his pants and shit.
Yeah, Mahito has a giant hand. He's pinned Nanami to the wall here. He could easily have murdered Nanami already, but he's just having fun being rude.
Well, no, he could. Remember, Mahito can only... Well, he could have just, like, murdered him, but he doesn't want to murder him. He wants to transfigure him, and he can't transfigure him unless he's in his base form.
Wait, since when?
That's like a rule that's like brought up in the when Nanami is talking about domain expansion. I'm reading this from the manga, so this isn't going to be verbatim from the anime, but most likely his curse technique that messes with one's soul has a condition. He must touch the target with the palm of his hand while in his base form.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, me neither. But it's in the manga. It's in the anime too. I do remember that, but like I had forgotten that until I like double read it.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's like, oh, I'll make him fight you too. He'll cry and poop and pee and everything. He can't reconcile his ideals with reality. And then Nanami is like, actually, he's doing that right now, dude. If you ask me, you're the fool. And then Itadori busts through a window just like he did in the first episode of the show. But this time he's busting out instead of busting in. Mm-hmm. And he he just does like a fucking... elbow drop onto the arm extension that Mahito has busted out.
Mm-hmm. And then they just beat Mahito's ass.
They beat the shit out of him. There is like a good 30, like, you know that, I'm sorry to reference Rick and Morty, but do you know that one clip that goes around of like Rick and the redhead girl, like both being really buff and beating up like Nazis and people who kick dogs and shit?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That is what happens here.
That's what happens.
Yeah, they beat him up so hard he stops having pupils in his eyes.
And he's really coming about it. Like, he is...
I don't think he was happy about it. That wasn't what I got. He was just getting the shit kicked out of him.
I thought he sounded like so pleasurable, and he like loved the fact that he was being pushed to a limit, which like led to him doing his next move. Like he was like,
that wasn't what I got at all.
That's why he's thankful to Nanami.
Is it just because he was drooling like an anime girl? Is that why you thought that?
No. Like go back and listen to like the voice acting that he's doing while he's getting his ass fucking pounded.
He's going like, bleh, bleh, these kind of things.
But like, listen to his like voiceover.
I guess I'll go listen to it. I don't think I will agree. Okay. Oh, the actual talking.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean that, like, Nanami kicked him in the stomach and he just went, ugh.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
That would be pretty funny if he did.
I don't know. I don't think he's horny about it. I do think that he's, like, excited to realize he has a new move, but I don't really think it's sexual. I've never thought that Mahito is sexual, so maybe that's just my bias.
Yeah, this is my curse. This is my curse to bear. Yeah, he's getting absolutely obliterated because he's like, okay, they both notice that he like stores up his curse technique right before he gets hit. So if there are two attacks like slightly out of sync with each other, he doesn't really have a way to get out of both of them. He only has a get out of jail free card for one attack at once hitting. And then he's like, okay, is this death? And then the fucking like raging demon like light up red kanji happens.
Yeah.
In the manga, there's this really good shot that I wish they had done of him just, like, floating in the air. Like, he just got, like, I'm trying to, like, it looks like he just got uppercutted in the jaw, like, 3 feet off the ground. It's a really good pose. But, he's like, I've been pushed to my limit, and thus I can finally do my cursed technique. And he, like, opens his mouth, and there are 2 little hands in there doing a hand sign. And
there's 4 hands, even. Yeah.
There's 4 hands. Woo! Okay. There's 4 hands doing a hand sign, and he does domain expansion. He creates a world of hands.
It's gross too. This is also gross.
Yeah, that's the word. He calls it self-embodiment of perfection, which is, again, like I said, they've kept these names exactly as unwieldy as they are in the manga, and I really love that.
Does he name it, or does it come with the name?
I think he named it.
Yeah, it does seem like a name he would pick. Like, oh, it's so perfect. My hand zone. We love
it.
Yeah.
And there's a really good thing that I like here, which is, we get, like, Nanami, like, a shot from underneath him, very similar to a couple episodes ago when he said, Jujutsu sorcerers are shit, and work is also shit. Yeah. We get, like, a shot from the exact same angle of him just being, like, shit. Because he's, yeah. Like, because he knows he's fucked.
Yeah.
And then Mahito is very grateful to him. He says, I'm so grateful to you for pushing me to these limits. And then we get the OP.
Yeah. And this OP is the same, except Itadori cries at the end also.
Yeah, he's so sad. He misses his boyfriend.
Not his little Yoshi. So sad.
Yoshi no Itadori.
Aww.
Or wait, should that be the other way? Should that be the other way around?
That's Yoshi's Itadori.
Is that?
Yeah, because Jojo no Kimiya Naboken.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Good. That is going to be a good mnemonic to help me remember whenever, because I do have to like sit and think about that every time it comes up for like 2 minutes. Like I just like peruse my brain for like, okay, what anime title has, which anime title has the word no in it, and there's a lot of them, but I can never think of one. But, yeah, like, Boku no Hero.
Yeah, Boku no Hero and Jojo no. Are those the ones I think of?
So we get back from the OP, and Itadori is, like, trying to punch through the domain, and, he can't. And I'm noticing at this point that, like, the holes through his hand
I was confused about what that was for a while. I was like, why does Itadori have hand paints now? Like, what is
you know what it looked like to me? You know how in Yu-Gi-Oh, like, half the characters have those fingerless gloves with the studs on the knuckles?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Anyways, he's trying to punch through the domain, and Nanami can't do a domain, so he's like turbo fucked.
Yeah, I was surprised by this. I figured that everyone would be able to have their own domain in some way.
It's a special move.
Because when Gojou talked about it, he was like the domain is as strong as like your refinement of it, basically. So I just figured that everyone would have one, but like some would be worse, basically. But apparently Nanami doesn't have one, which is sad.
Yeah, like this might be surprising to you, but the main three, Itadori, Fushiguro, and Kugasaki, as of current in the manga, only one of them has done domain expansion.
Ah, I'm thinking about which one that I think it is and smiling.
Yeah? Rotating it in your mind?
Didn't need to rotate it for long.
Who do you think it is?
It's definitely Mr. Dogboy.
Yeah, interesting. No comment. Where was I? Oh, right. This Nanami, this is where Nanami explains Mahito's condition of like having to touch people in his base form, and self-embodiment of perfection is just basically literally you are existing in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, it's all hands in here, baby.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool shot of like from Nanami from above, and like Mahito's palm fades in. But I'm gonna send you the manga panel for this because it's way fucking cooler. And I'll describe it for the audience too. It's a front-facing shot of Nanami, like a little bit resigned in defeat. He's standing on one of Mahito's hands, and another one is like behind him at an angle, like at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I'm imagining what I think it is, and now I'll see the image and I'll say how well you've done. Oh, I'm deciding if I like it better. I think I'm about even on them.
I like the manga a little bit better on this one, but that's simply me. Actually, I think I like the manga a lot of it better on this one, but again, shrimply me.
It looks like he's gonna squish him.
What if Aido's curse technique was just doing that thing where like you squint, you close one eye and like hold your face up to your face and pretend to crush someone's head?
It would work in his domain.
Yeah, he just does it for real. And then we get Nanami flashback time.
Yes. This is good shit.
It's so good. The way we fit into this flashback is Nanami is like, okay, this is... Jujutsu sorcerers fucking suck shit, dude. They throw away their lives and often push their comrades to also sacrifice their lives. It's fucked up. And then he's like, this is why I quit. Or more like, I ran away. And then we go into our flashback. So we're flashing back to Nanami, and Nanami looks older than he does in current time.
Yeah, he's 23 years old, but he is 50 years old, and he has depression. That's why. The first thing we get in the flashback is like a wonderful sandwich from St. Gentleman's Bakery. Yeah.
And the lady baker is like, oh, do you like this bread? And he's like, eh? And she's like, eh? Which I thought that was cute.
I thought it was like she had made him his order already because he always gets it, and he was like, "What? Yeah. You have it ready for me? Wow, this is surprising."
I'm not sure exactly what that was. I just like the little exchange.
Yeah, I do always like that.
Yeah. Whenever someone just says one word, whenever someone just says a word, and then people say it back, like the same way, like in episode 2 when Gojou is like Maji, and Itadori and Fushiguro are like Maji.
We're reminiscing.
She noticed that there's like a fly head on her shoulder, but he's like, I shouldn't I don't want her to think I'm a freak. I will simply leave that be. Don't want to be considered like an exorcist or some shit. Time to go do my job, making money. And the first shot we get from the inside of his job is his boss shouting in English, "Hello, everybody!"
Fucking Present Mike ass.
He's literally looks like he's sleazy capitalist Present Mike. Literally, that's what he is.
Yeah, he has like a weird tan.
Present Mike might already be sleazy. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know too much about the man.
He
seems fine.
A fine guy.
Yeah, Stain would not have tried to kill him. Probably.
No, he probably would.
But yeah, his boss is there, and Nanami is like talking to some new guy, and he's like, all right, so our job is to make money, turn money into more money, and take care of our clients' money, and make money on our own. And Present Mike is like, Nanami, you gotta relax, bro. Do some more questionably legal things. Sell some junk bonds. Feed into the housing bubble, Nanami. It's your second year.
He calls Nanami a prude, which I thought was pretty funny. He does. When we've all been calling him Mr. Sexual Nanami for months.
Well, yeah, that's before he was...
Yeah.
This is before he was hitting Gojou's back walls on a regular basis. Just kidding. You can't hit Gojou's back walls. You just hit the infinity between you and your dick and them. Do you think like Gojou's ass is like extra tight because like your dick cannot come into contact with any of his butthole walls?
It would be like so infinitesimal that you can't even really notice, I think.
he just like increases the radius of infinity in the middle of it, just to to squeeze it for your pleasure.
Yeah, the infinite void of his ass.
That's what he calls it when he gapes.
I hate you.
I hate me too. The problem is that these thoughts, I've been thinking about this for like the last 2 weeks, and I've been like, should I bring... No, I shouldn't say this in the group chat.
Should I say this to my friend?
I can't.
I would only unleash these thoughts on my worst enemy.
But now, because I didn't let these thoughts out earlier, now they're just coming out organically on the podcast.
Well, it's fine. Everyone who's listening, you can stop if you need to. I understand. Yeah,
if you want to yell at me, my Twitter is @TravisMcElroy. Just get my ass. So this is like the part in the manga where Nanami like really cemented himself as one of my favorite characters. Like, I knew he was sexual, I didn't know he was a comrade.
Yeah.
There's also, but like in addition to that, there's a thing I like a lot here where he talks about how he doesn't like the shitty corporation he works for, and he's just like he has no concept of like a purpose in life or quote something worth doing, and like. As someone who has like gone, that actually really hit home to me, because like I have like spent my entire life being told, oh, you're gonna find your dream job someday. What do you want to do with your life? You gotta love what you do, or else you'll never work a day in your life. And just like the concept of this guy being like, I just got it. Listen, I don't got shit worth doing. I don't feel like I have a purpose. I just want to make enough money to survive, retire to the countryside, get done with it, which I found really refreshing. I like that a lot.
I was very into him saying, I'll just make enough money by the time I'm 30 or 40 to retire to a country with a low cost of living. I was like, damn, I've never thought of that. This is a good idea, Nanami.
How can I make enough money by the time I'm 30 or 40 to move to the countryside?
I was like, damn, I gotta make some new plans for my life. Nanami knows what's up.
I need to severely lower my cost of living. My diet for the day is those transparent sheets of bread from Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol.
Ah, delicious.
Just absolutely delicious. And he's like, oh, okay, just grind, retire. I just, gotta grind every morning. Get up and grind. Retire. Money. 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 And then we go back to the exact same shot that the flashback opened on, which is just his delicious sandwich at St. Gentleman's.
But he looks like he's dying.
Yeah, it's in a slightly more dreary light, and the baker's like, hey, you doing okay? And Nanami doesn't answer.
He's not doing okay.
He's not. He's doing so bad because he's just working in the office, and all he cares about is making people money. And he like talks about this with the baker, and he's like, hey, so like, are you doing okay? You look like kind of tense. She's like, oh yeah, my shoulder, and she's like rotating the shoulder that the fly head is on.
And it's bigger now.
Yeah, it's big. Nanami is like, my job is to take people who have a lot of money and give them more money and to make more money out of their money. If I died tomorrow, no one would fucking notice. That my account would get all of my clients would get transferred to elsewhere in the company, and I would just be gone. But if a baker died, then people would not be able to get their favorite bread anymore. That's not sold at the convenience stores. So it's fucked up how you, the baker, make a lot less money than me, the person whose job it is to just move a bunch of money around.
Yeah, he says it's like a job outside the natural cycle.
Right. Like, I don't feed anyone. He's just like, I do not cause anyone to, like, get food. I do not, like, cause anyone to, like, survive. All I do is make people who are already rich, richer.
I have no job on the socialist commune.
He's the sandwich taster. He has to test them for poison. I want Nanami to quit his jujutsu job. I want Nanami to quit being a sorcerer, quit being a money man, go work at that bakery.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Yeah, me too. Now that I say it out loud, I'm thinking about that.
He would slice those sandwiches so perfectly.
Oh my! Well, the customers wouldn't like it because he does the 7-to-3 ratio. They want it nice and even. But he's like, no, this is. You can either have the 7-to-3 ratio is perfect. You can either have a small snack now and save the rest for later, or you can have a hearty lunch now and then save a little bit for a midday snack. It's perfect. The half and half you never want. You never want just half of a sandwich, and that's true of me.
This is true, honestly.
I either want a whole ass sandwich or like a small bit of a sandwich.
I'm gonna have a seventh of a sandwich for lunch. We're gonna see what's up.
Well, it's not a seventh. It's 7/10 or 3/10.
Oh, you're right. A 7/10 of a sandwich.
He has no respect for his job. My notes say he has no respect for his job. Communist king?
My notes say Nanami hates his job so fucking much. King.
And the girl is like, "Are you bragging?" And Nanami is like, no, I'm not." And she's like, "Oh, okay. I wasn't really paying that much attention. You were kind of talking weird. Sorry." And he's like, "Will you step forward just a moment? I can fix your shoulder." And he just moves his hand, and the fly head explodes into a bajillion pieces. Like,
he
it just
doesn't
got
even
Thanos
touch
snapped.
it.
Yeah.
It's so easy for him.
And she's just like, "Whoa, my shoulder's all better now. Thank you so much." And it's like the most earnest thank you that you can tell. It's the most earnest thank you that Nanami has ever possibly received in his life.
Yeah.
Because he walks out the store with his sandwich, and he's like, "Yeah, if things get worse, call a doctor. Deuces." And she runs out the store after him and is like, "Thank you so much for coming. Please come back again." And then he doesn't acknowledge her, and she's like, "Hey, did you hear me? Thank you. Please come back again." And he's like, because he's deep in his thoughts about wow, people thanked me for that one. Wow. I guess I will call my old fuck buddy / classmate Satoru Gojou.
And get laughed at on the phone.
He's like, "Hey, I'm coming back to school. Why are you laughing at me?"
I'm sure we'll hear more about that, but I assume that Gojou was like, "I know you'll come back, Nanami." And Nanami was like, "Fuck you, I won't." But now he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's happening. I think someone drew some fun fan art on the subreddit the other day of that, because the "Why are you laughing" thing, I'm pretty sure that was an anime edition. So someone drew fan art of Nanami as Itadori from the last episode, and then 2 different drawings of Gojou laughing at him like Mahito and Sukuna.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty good. It was like regular blindfold Gojou and slut Gojou.
Yeah.
Gojou, parentheses, slut.
All the time, but sometimes a little more.
Sometimes a little more. And then Nanami he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna die here. I've accepted it." And he says, "Keep your thanks. I don't fucking need it. I've gotten hold on, I'm gonna try and pull up the exact quote from the manga, because I love the way it's in the manga. I screen capped all my other shit, but I didn't grab this one. Because Mahito is like, "Right now, I feel grateful to you." And Nanami says, "Keep your gratitude. I've received plenty of thanks already. I have no regrets." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess this guy's gonna die now.
Bye, Nanami. We loved you."
Bye. But then Itadori punches through the black orb that is domain expansion. And is like, "Yo, what's up? I'm busting through." And there's this incredible shot of Itadori, we see Mahito, his dawning realization that he's about to get his ass beat. And there's a bunch of glass shards around him exploding from the hole Itadori punched, and all of them show Itadori's reflection, and none of them show Sukuna.
When I saw that shot the first time, I went back to pause it to find the Sukuna. That's how sure I was that he was going to be there, but he wasn't.
Right? Come on, what are you doing?
What's the point of this shot if Sukuna isn't in it?
Right. Because Nanami explains some things about domain expansion, which is that it's really hard to get out of, but pretty easy to get into, because there's really no reason you would want to get into, because if you go into someone's domain, that's basically saying, "All right, you have just cordoned yourself off for a one-on-one. I'm going to climb in here and make it a one-on-two while you are at your absolute most powerful. I will subject myself to your infinite void or Coffin of the Iron Mountain or what the fuck ever." But in this case...
I mean, I am a bit thinking about it. Itadori punched a hole in it, right?
Yes.
Could Nanami just not walk out of the hole?
Possibly. I think that could have happened if what happens next didn't happen.
Yeah. So Nanami was like, "There's no tactical reason to put a hole that would let someone walk out." But what if you just walked out, dude?
That's a good point, huh? Let me see if he explains that at all. I mean, I think that the idea is that once you're in the domain, you are under control, except you are under a control of some variety. Not a control, but I feel like if Nanami tried to just walk out, Mahito would grab his head and twist it off.
Yeah, sure.
So but anyways, Nanami is like, okay, yeah, can't get out, can get in, but inside Itadori dwells a soul that must not be touched, and by entering the domain, it is like forcing a connection between Sukuna and Mahito, as well as Itadori and Mahito. And Sukuna's like, what did I just...
There's like a scary animation of like a blurry evil demon eyes.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times now. I think in episode 1 we see it the first time Sukuna comes out. We also see it in episode 2, I think, when Gojou is talking to Itadori about the history of Sukuna. But we have seen this before. It's been a minute though. And then Sukuna pops out of that demon animation, is like, bro, what the fuck did I just say? I said you could touch my soul once. He's like, he's Donkey Kong cheeks out, sitting on the edge of the pool.
You may touch it once.
Once. We have not had a cool bro moment of laughing at this brat since then, so you have not earned another soul touch.
Goodbye.
And he says, he just does some sexual looking and is like, know your place, scum. And he like flicks up his 2 fingers, and I'm nitpicking here because in the anime he flicks up 2 fingers, but only one gash opens on Mahito's like upper right like chest region. That's like a foot deep. I'm nitpicking because in the manga he does two gashes happen and gets exploded because Sukuna does 2 fingers.
It would be cool if that were more evident, but in the anime, he's just gushing blood. It's really hard to tell what's actually happening, honestly.
Right. He just opened this man like a balloon. Like, this is what horror movie creators, this is what like people who make slasher movies think the inside of the human body is like, just a mess of blood, just a pile of blood.
Let me think. I wrote down that Mahito is spewing all the blood in the world.
He's really just going full geyser mode here. Nanami continues to like narrate and is like, Sukuna, his only actions are ever decided if to increase his pleasure. He only makes decisions for leisure. He only cares if Fushiguro lives or dies. He does not give a shit about anyone else.
Well, Nanami doesn't say that part because Nanami doesn't know that part.
Is that not Nanami saying that?
No, Sukuna says it. Nanami says half of it. Nanami says he's a creature only for pleasure is pleasure, and then Sukuna says if you die or if you die, I don't care.
Yeah, there's I'm looking at the manga. There's like a narrator in the manga that I guess is just not in these episodes of not in this episode. It shows up. I'll talk about it in a little bit again, but there was another thing with the narrator that I noticed. But yeah, this is narrator speaking. I guess weird. There hasn't been a narrator, right?
No. Well, there's been, like, the closest has been, like, Ajichi being the narrator for those, like, files. Maybe
Ajichi's doing the voiceover here. I don't know. But anyways, in the manga, the voiceover is like, he only give a shit about Fushiguro.
I kind of like that in the anime, Sukuna says it.
Yeah, listen, if you're not a black-haired gay puppy hands boy, I don't give a shit.
Not interested. I only care about one boy. It's not the boy that I'm currently living in. Can
you summon the 8-handled whatever the fuck? Then I don't give a shit. Can you do Can you do puppy hands?
Let me see. Can do puppy hands. Look at all these shitty hands you made. Not a single one summoned a puppy.
You can do puppy hands all you want, but it will not summon a puppy. I only care about boys who can summon puppies with their hands.
Goodbye.
But yeah, this like obliterates Mahito's expanded domain, and the Mahito is just like bleeding, exploding blood on the ground, and then we get our eye catch. And before we go into the second half of the episode, I think we should, since we have another, I think this is just like I think our midpoint is now our Jujutsu corner. Mm-hmm. I literally just was about to Google Jujutsu corner, but with a K for a corner. So that's what the segment's called now, Jujutsu corner.
Yeah, like Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah.
Today, we'll be talking about Mahito's domain expansion, Self-Embodiment of Perfection. Self-Embodiment of Perfection, Jihei and Donka, is a domain expansion used by Mahito. Mahito first developed this technique while he was close to death during the climax of his battle with Yuji and Nanami. Using death as an inspiration, Mahito was able to increase his power and unlock his ability to utilize a domain expansion. Mahito's domain expansion is conjured by hand seals formed by tiny hands inside Mahito's mouth.
He has to do it like that. He can't do it any other way.
This creates a large black environment that presents Mahito's target with giant hands clasped together to form a flower-like shape. I didn't talk about that, but like it's really cool.
I would not call it a flower-like shape.
I think in the manga it's a little bit more like that. Connected to these hands are multiple arms that grab one another to form a net pattern that surrounds Mahito's target. Like all domain expansions, self-embodiment of perfection increases the effectiveness of Mahito's idle transfiguration curse technique and makes sure it hits the soul of the target every time. Nanami described the experience of being inside Mahito's domain as literally feeling as if he's in the palm of Mahito's hand. However, a major drawback of the ability is that Mahito is forced to touch the soul of anyone inside. This backfired when Yuji entered the domain from the outside and Mahito touched Sukuna's soul a second time, prompting the King of Curses to lash out at Mahito. I gotta say, I think calling that a major drawback is not like... I think it's a drawback against literally one person.
Yeah.
And
I'm so sorry for touching you, sir. I don't think this is a problem for literally anyone else whose soul he wants to touch.
But that's fine. So that is Jihei Endoka. The literal translation is Mahayana prison, which I think is fun.
What's Mahayana?
Let me double check that. It sounds familiar, but Mahayana. When I Google Mahayana, the first result is Buddhism. It's one of the two main existing branches of Buddhism. The other being Theravada.
Oh, well, I don't understand that then.
Yeah, never mind then. Maybe I'm looking for images of Buddha like clasping his hands in strange ways, like Mahito.
Yeah, check inside the Buddha's mouth. How many hands?
Oh, there is like hold on. What is this image? What's this? The only connection I can make is that like a lot of bodhisattva have like a lot of hands, like a lot of
okay, I'll give it to him. All right, we will now go into the second half of the episode, which is considerably shorter than the first half for some reason. They split it in a weird way. I mean, it like makes sense for the story to do the split that way.
Right. It just made the division of work for this podcast a bit for this episode a bit lopsided.
That's fine. All right, yeah. So the whole domain is exploded. Mahito is lying dead on the ground after his motorcycle wrecked. He's spewing a whole ton of blood, and Itadori is kind of just like, "Whoa, why did that happen?"
Right, and the lack of narrator. This is what I was talking about earlier. The narrator shows up again right here, and as soon as Itadori says, "What the heck happened?" The narrator pipes in with, "Within 0.1 seconds of his opponent being knocked down, the following thoughts went through his head." And then there's like a static cloud of like words that he is just like thinking of, and in order it's blood loss, Nanami, limit, existence, domain, and then bigger than everything else, I can kill it. And then he runs after Mahito and decides to fucking beat his ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you, Mahito. And Mahito's like, fuck, I'm all out of power because my expansion exploded. So this is my final move. I will become large.
Yep, and he finally becomes the big potato creature from the OP.
That thing is like a slug, though. I don't know. I think that creature from the OP is the only thing that didn't happen in this season.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because, like, Nanami's doing, like, a cool sword attack on it, too, and he doesn't do that here. Itadori does his special punch, which we also like. Itadori's special, what is it called?
Divergent Fist.
Divergent, yeah.
Yep.
Divergent Fist.
A missing thing from the manga here is, Itadori is like, all right, all I have. What does he say? It's like in the anime, he's like, fucking no more tactics. Just then he does Divergent Fist. But
he just says like, oh, it's a big target. Divergent Fist.
Yeah. But in the manga, he says, this is my last chance. No more playing around. The only thing I have left is pure killing intent. And then he does Divergent Fist.
Oh no, he doesn't say that in the anime.
I feel like that would have been good to have.
He does make a reference back to his like desire of murder, where he's like, I'm gonna kill you, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it was close enough. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
So then Big Mahito just pops like a balloon, and Itadori's like, wait a second, what the fuck?
It's really funny. Mahito's like, oh, you fell for my botheration? My giant human being ruse? Ah, the classic goof.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, boys.
He slides down the sewer. He was very Full Metal Envy here. He just like sneaks away down the sewer, and he's all yucky.
He turns into a Wobbuffet and waves goodbye and is like, goodbye, it was fun.
And Nanami is like running and trying to catch him, and he busts through a whole sewer grate, which is impressive, but he doesn't get there fast enough. And then he's immediately on the phone to his shitty little friend who's like, hey, he's in the sewer now. Go get him. I know you're in there. He's so weak now, even you could kill him, my stupid little friend. That's what he says.
Yeah.
And then he's like, come on, Itadori, we'll chase him from this way. But Itadori is passed out from 20 discrete holes in his body.
Yeah, absolutely dead on the concrete. The adrenaline flow stopped.
Yeah. Adrenaline machine broke.
Does Itadori, like, say anything here, like, as he's passing out, like, narration to the camera or to the audience or anything?
Yeah, he does, but I don't remember what.
Okay.
He's
okay,
like,
I was just curious.
What's happening? No, he's like, come on, I have to move.
Yeah, I gotta kill him.
Yeah, that's what he says. Is that the same as the manga?
Yeah,
that's your test. Okay.
Yeah, it does. Listen, come on. Listen, half of my thing in this show is just do manga comparisons. I can stop.
No, it's fine. All right,
okay,
so now we go to Mahito in the sewer, and he's like, fuck, I'm almost dead. How is Sukuna so nutty with it? He only has 3 fingers. He shouldn't be that strong. He says some weird stuff about how, like, if all curses were eradicated from the world, but Sukuna was still alive, he would, like, carry on the proud tradition or something.
Yeah. I think this is like giving you a peek at the cards a little bit, a peek of, like, what the whole bad guy plan is. Like, because what Mahito says here is that, like, even if we die in the process, if we awaken Sukuna, we will get our goal of, like, reversing the position of humans and curses in this world.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Like, Sukuna will do enough mass murder that like curses will take over again. The king of curses will reign.
Good for him.
Listen, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see where he's going with this.
I'm just thinking about that one X-Files shit post of, like, a Nokia phone that says, I'm gonna suck that spooky dick. Please,
sir. You don't need to murder me.
Listen, even if he does, I'm going after that spooky dick.
I'm a curse now. This is my curse. I'm gonna haunt your dick.
I'm thinking about the one-shot comic book of The Pro, which is about a sex worker who becomes a superhero, and at one point she sucks off the parody of Superman, and the parody of Superman busts so hard that he obliterates the wing off of an airplane.
Huh.
And it causes a public scandal. It causes a scandal when he goes up to save it by flying up there, and he saves them. But his dick is out, and he's got cum trailing.
His dick out, and it was nice.
Yeah, The Pro is a funny comic. I read it like 8 years ago, so I have no idea if it's like
it's probably problematic.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything from like more than 5 years ago is problematic now.
Yeah, really, especially anything that focused on a sex worker.
Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay, Mahito's like, even if I can't kill Itadori, I can kill his soul, which I guess he means is like the making him kill the little babies thing. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill his soul again next time. He.
I mean, I think to Mahito, killing his soul is more of the Junpei moment. Like, killing the kids was maybe also another killing of the soul, but like, Mahito is like, how can I emotionally torment this 16-year-old further?
Yeah, completely forgot about the Junpei moment. My bad. He doesn't exist to me anymore. He's only a Totodile dead on the ground.
They do say his name. None of the main cast says Junpei's name in this episode, which made me really sad.
Well, it's fine.
The only characters who say Junpei, we see Junpei's farty ass, and the only characters who say his name are the bad teacher and the bully kid.
Yeah, we'll get to them. Okay, next scene is Nanami and Itadori are in like the morgue of the school, I guess.
Yeah, school morgue.
Yeah, they have all the, I assume, like, the transfigured humans, probably Junpei is one of them, in, like, body bags, and they have, like, the little ceremonial candles. They're all, like, human-sized. They're not weird sizes.
Yeah, none of them have a dump truck ass, so it's impossible to say if one of these is for sure. One of them is definitely Junpei, but, like, it's impossible to say which one.
Yeah, and none of them are, like, emphasized, really, so...
Right.
You'd think that they would be, but no. And Itadori just has, like, a bunch of philosophical stuff to say. He's like, oh, I killed a person today. Who knows who he means? Probably the children, but who knows? He says it's singular. He says, I killed a person.
Yeah, he was... I mean, compared to the way he was talking about how he couldn't save Junpei and his mom, whose name I've completely forgotten. They said it, like, once. I almost called her Yagi, and it's not Yagi, because that's the principal.
Yeah, it's something like that, though, actually.
Oh, it's Nagi. It's Nagi Yoshino.
Oh, damn, you were close. Okay, so yeah, Itadori's like, oh, I killed a person, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure exactly how to sum this up. It's like, oh, I've been like searching to give people a proper death, but now that I've killed someone, I don't know what a proper death is. What do you think, Nanami? Nanami's like, I think even if you consider a proper death to be good people die peacefully and bad people are punished, most people aren't good or bad, so it would be hard to give everyone a proper death.
Yeah. But I really like this line where he's like, I wouldn't recommend trying, but you're gonna try no matter what I say, right?
Yeah. He basically says, like, I know you are gonna try, so just try not to die in the process, because you being alive saves people, and I wouldn't be alive now if you weren't alive.
Right. It's a really good moment. I love it.
Yeah, Nanami's nice. He's not just nice with it, he's also simply nice.
Yeah. And then he walks off and calls Itadori a Jujutsu sorcerer, and in the manga there's like a one panel flashback to him being like, I will never call you a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Yeah,
and
luckily I could use my brain to remember that instead. Thank you, anime, for letting me use my brain for once.
Nanami was eating cereal and saying, I will never call you a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Alright, now the next scene is we go to Junpei's school for some reason. And the teacher that he hated is giving all his students like an anonymous survey of, have you seen anyone being a rude bully around here? And we see one.
Have you seen any Sasuke looking boys getting scars on their head?
Yeah. Have you seen any anime type bullying happening around the school?
Yeah. Have you seen any? This is a here's one for the Los Campesinos fans. It's the test says, hey, this is seen as a real coda or a burn mark in the shape of the Fuck, I never figured out what his burn scar looks like. Because the song I'm trying to reference here is Coda, a burn scar in the shape of the schooner state. But his scar doesn't really look like anything.
No, it just looks like a burn scar.
It just looks like a lot of burn scars. Well, okay, so you know what? I have given you the flour, I've given you the sugar, I gave you the eggs. You make the joke for yourself, and you show me how good your cake that came out when you're done with it. Let me see that cake when you've got it.
Yeah.
I'm not making the cake for you today.
That's fine. Don't make us do the emotional labor of telling you jokes. What's your fucking problem?
Listen, I don't have a punchline, but I liked the setup.
All right. So there's one girl in Junpei's class who flashes back to seeing him get the shit kicked out of him, and she's like, "Oh, I have seen bullying." So she writes it down, and then the bad teacher calls the bully student in and is like, "Hey, you were mean to Junpei. This is fucked up of you." And he's like, have you noticed that my arm doesn't work anymore since he unleashed a giant jellyfish on me? And he's like, this is not relevant. You and me together killed Yoshino Junpei's heart, I guess, is what he says. And we have to live with that. And he says, the student says, what's your punishment? And the teacher says, it's still coming for me, don't worry.
Right. I also like this scene a lot. It feels like closure that I was not expecting to get to this arc.
I don't know. I thought it was a little hack, honestly. I thought it was a little stupid.
Yeah?
Like, it's fine. I think it would be fine for me if it was just the teacher. But I think the student being involved in this way is stupid. Like, Like, I think he understands. Like, he did get extremely assaulted. Like, he's like, oh, maybe this was a bad thing of my doing. But the way that he gets confronted in this way, I think, is dumb.
I don't know. I like this. I think that this bully is still like, hey, this kid just in essence, what happened is that like this kid got his arm fucked up in a school shooting, and like that's basically what Junpei did. Yeah. Like, and I think there's like a reckoning that has to be done to the way that he treated them, which, I mean, I guess this is the same kind of logic people use to say that, like, oh, the Columbine kids were so bullied and they had no...
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of like, obviously, everyone knows I'm on Junpei's side. He was right to do it. But from normal people's perspective, like, this child came to school and tried to kill everyone. Like, you can't be like, oh, damn, it was our fault. We killed his heart. Like, yeah, but also no. Like, he had some problems.
He did have problem. Well, now I hate this scene. What the fuck? I hate this scene now. I do like the line where the kid's like, you just ignored this kid. Who the fuck are you to talk? And I like the teacher saying, my punishment is coming. Listen, trust me.
What is it though? Like, can you tell me more about that? Like, are you saying you're gonna go to hell? Like, what are you saying?
That might be what he's talking about. I don't know. I haven't seen these guys in the manga since.
Yeah, I don't know. The manga hasn't gone to hell yet. I guess we'll find out later.
Yeah, no, that's Chainsaw Man.
Alright, now after this weird anti-bullying PSA scene, there's a weird-ass fucking CW type ending to the episode where like a soft rock English song starts playing and it's like,
but I'll survive.
I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
I'm very of two minds about this because the song does sound a little bit like, the song's a little bit on the nose because the next line of the chorus is, find out the right way to die! Which is like just literally saying
this is literally like an ending that a Supernatural episode would have. Like,
okay, but I also this has a huge asterisk next to it, which is that I am fully aware that a lot of insert songs in anime have Japanese lyrics to them, and I think there's a lot of the fact that I don't understand, like I don't know what the lyrics are, or like only understand like a very small handful of them versus like this being in perfect English. I think that just like makes it like there is a cringe factor to this song that there is not to other songs, which I think is which is literally just solely due to the language barrier. I think if I was saying like, that
the Japanese audience popped huge for this because they didn't know what the words were.
They might have. I'm just saying that like in the other direction, like A Place Further Than the Universe, for example. There's most, if not all, of the insert songs in that anime have lyrics to them, and I think that they those songs have an emotional resonance to me, and I think there would be not that they wouldn't be emotionally resonant, but I think the emotional resonance would be different if the lyrics were in English instead of Japanese. And am I making any sense with that? Like there is a leeway I'm giving to the Japanese lyrics, because even if it is like a pretty literal statement of what is happening,
you're saying that we're being too quick to post cringe on this, because
I think we might be a little bit too quick to post cringe.
Honestly, like the words themselves are not why I was cringing. It was completely like the way the scene is and like the genre of the music. Honestly, like the way it is. I was just like, this is the ending of an episode of a CW show. It is.
That is literally just how this chapter ends.
Yeah,
and
you
how
turn the page and the music starts playing.
Right, it is basically that. Like this last 30 seconds of show is that. Like it is. Oh shit! There's a little music note in this on this page that I never noticed before, and there's a little now playing.
Yeah.
Tumblr autoplay turned on this page of manga.
So anyway, Itadori walks down a hallway and he's reflecting on the friends he has made in the last 12 episodes, and he says...
And Gojou's there.
Yeah, and Gojou and Nanami are at the end of the hallway, and he's like, I'm not gonna lose again. Wow.
I won't lose to anything.
Great. Okay, good job. And now it's...
Good for him.
Now it's Juju Stroll time. This Juju Stroll is pretty homosexual, if you ask me.
It's homosexual and also super duper sad.
Yeah, okay, so all the child friends of Itadori, except for him, but there's also a little picture of him in the corner for some reason.
They're like, no, this is like just like that's like a thing. That's like, my grandfather passed away earlier this year, and at the holiday dinners, like when we, had our Christmas dinner and our Thanksgiving dinner and stuff at home, my dad got the photo of him that we keep up on the fireplace mantle and brought it down to the dinner table with us.
No, I understand that, but in the scene, it's not like they have a picture of him. It's like there's just a picture of him. Here, I'm gonna send you the screenshot.
Okay, show me what you mean.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Like, the angle it is,
what?
like, they don't have that picture. There just is a picture.
There's just a JPEG on the overlay of Itadori.
Yeah, like, they don't have that picture in their room. Right?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I totally missed that. I thought that was just a photo on the first... No, I think that just has to be a bad angle. But he's, like, on the curtain?
Yeah! They don't have that picture! There's just... Like, this was, like, a note to the animators. Like, put a picture of Itadori in this scene. And, like, the animators didn't understand.
Right, because then we get another shot here. Like 10 seconds later, I just like went to the episode myself to check for myself because I was like, surely that can't be the only shot of that angle. There is another shot of that angle. The image of Itadori is not there.
Just put a picture of Itadori in. Do you understand?
Really? Like, just...
I got it, Chief. No worries.
But okay, so what happens in this Juju stroll?
Okay, they're all at the nice table. The panda is under the table. It's pretty funny to look at. He's like taking up the space where Inumaki should be sitting, so he's like stuck on the corner instead.
Yeah.
And they're having a tasty really meatball dinner, and Maki says, these meatballs, so yummy. How did you do it, Fushiguro? And he says, it's a very easy recipe, and he teaches us the recipe. We should make these soon. Meatballs, yeah.
Oh, we're definitely 100%.
Okay, we'll make the meatballs. That'll be the episode next time.
Yeah. And
then Maki's like, "Wow, it's cool that you know how to cook, but I guess it's not really surprising since you're like an independent kind of guy." And he's like, "Oh, actually, Itadori taught me this recipe." And then everyone is like, very quiet. Damn, this is so sad. Yeah. And Kugisaki says like, "Oh, I guess this is like something to remember Itadori by, or like his last legacy." Yeah. And
Itadori's legacy.
Yeah, and Maki says, no, that's wrong. And she doesn't really explain why. And then we cut to Itadori and Gojou are in his home theater having the same meatballs. And Gojo's like, damn, these meatballs, so good. And Itadori says, yeah, they're super easy to make. Even Fushiguro can do it. And then he's like, damn, I can't wait to see my friends again. And that's the end.
Yep. I am so excited because the next episode, which is going to be 2 weeks from, like, a week and 5 days from when you're hearing this, if you're listening on the day of January 15th.
Yes.
On the 15th of January, as many would call it.
Yes.
We will get the reunion of our children, and I'm so excited for that to happen.
And also, we get to meet some brand new children that we talked about on the last episode.
We do get to meet some brand new children, but that's the end of the episode.
Yes.
How did you like this cour?
I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed most of it, for sure.
Yeah, the cour, like, the cour really delivered on a lot of the manga. Like, there's been like little to nothing on the cutting room floor for as far as the manga to anime goes, and I'm really happy with like all of the changes that they have made. Except
for all the ones that you complain about every week.
Listen, those are extremely
it's just little nitpicks. Like,
yeah,
overall,
it's little nitpicks of like it's like things that like shift a line from like a quote from a character goes from like a 7 out of 10 to like a 9 out of 10 in the manga. Mm-hmm. But like I think that like that's really like, even if I did have like, I don't think that's like a bad adaptation by any stretch. There's just like minor nits I'm picking. Mm-hmm. But like, even if they were like, those things were significant enough to impact my enjoyment, the embellishments that they are adding are way more than making up for it. Like, all of the movie stuff was great. There was more Junpei stuff that was not in the manga that I loved. I'm really, really happy with how this cour came out.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think it's been really popular too. So I think the show is fucking huge. Yeah, there's like 4 Nendos now.
There are. The Kugisaki one's still not available for pre-order.
Yeah, they only showed like the gray version so far, right?
Yeah. I'll get her eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other ones haven't even come out yet. They're not even producing them yet, so.
Right, but you got that Fushiguro on layaway, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Speaking of having a Fushiguro on layaway, we've got a ranking list to get through.
Oh yeah. So we talked about this on, I think, the first episode where I went through the OP and picked out all the characters I could see and ranked them by how much I liked them. So now that I know all the names of the characters, we can go back through this list and I can talk about how I actually rank the characters now that I know who they are.
And I will just give you a quick rundown. I will just read off the original list just for your convenience of listening audience.
With the actual names in there now, instead of the rude window man and such.
Yeah. From top to bottom, the order was from Kay's first viewing of the OP. Mm-hmm. Fushiguro, Sukuna, Kugisaki, Itadori, Gojou, Maki, Junpei, Saori, Getou, Panda, Nanami, Itadori's grandpa, Inumaki, Miwa, Fushiguro's sister, Todou, the old man from Kyoto, Gachiganja, and Mahito at the very last. Mm-hmm.
There are many similarities to the new list, but also many differences.
Kay warned me yesterday that this list was going to make me mad, and I have been... the thing I said in response to that was, I don't know if there's anything about your list that could make me mad. Like, maybe if Kugisaki was, like, really low, and you responded with, like, 3 troll face emojis, so I'm really scared. But hit me. What do you got?
I like that they were troll face emojis, but they were all anime characters.
They were, yeah.
They were troll face and spirit. Okay.
Number 1, Sukuna?
Number 1, Fushiguro still. I'm still gonna give him first place. I do like him a little more than Sukuna.
You know who else? Who else's list has Fushiguro number 1? Sukuna, yeah. I
do think Sukuna would put himself above Fushiguro, but Fushiguro is his close second for sure.
Yeah.
Putting Fushiguro first and Sukuna second is just me, like, cementing my opinion of sons are more important than horny men.
Yeah, that's just truth.
That's just truth.
Okay. And now Kugisaki is third again, right?
And now Nanami is third.
Okay, you know what? I'll work with that. Kugisaki is down at 4.
4 is going to be Junpei. Another son that we like.
Fifth is fine. 5th is respectable for Kugisaki.
5th is going to be Getou, because I like him. I like how he's evil and rude.
All right. 6th, that's still top 10. 6th is still top 10.
6th is... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, now we have Itadori.
Okay.
He's down a little bit. But I do still like him a lot. He's a great son.
It's less him sliding and more other characters jumping.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's Kugisaki
and then Gojou
for 7.
is going to be the next character.
That makes sense. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 8th is going to be...
Inumaki. I like how cute he is.
He is pretty cute. And then 9th will be Kugisaki,
and then Maki.
All right, I can respect
She's
that.
Very epic to me.
Kugisaki's girlfriend do not separate, so Kugisaki at 10th, Maki at 9th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kugisaki made it to 10th place, which in the previous list was where I had ranked the panda.
Okay.
Here's what I have to say about this. Kugisaki hasn't done anything since episode 3. I haven't seen her.
You've seen her about just as much as Fushiguro.
No, Fushiguro did a lot of battling in he fought Sukuna.
Episode 5. That's right. Yeah, he did fight Sukuna.
Kugisaki was dead inside a frog for those episodes.
I guess I'm just she doesn't do too much. Her introduction is very good, and she gets she used to do a lot of good stuff next season. But yeah, okay, that's a fair ranking for now.
And all of the episodes that she was in, Maki was right next to her doing all the actual cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised to not see Miwa in your top 10.
Miwa is next.
She hasn't been in enough.
Miwa is next.
Yeah.
She hasn't really done very much at all, but she did leave a strong impression.
Yeah, she was on screen for 2 minutes, but a very good 2 minutes of this season.
Yes, for sure. She got that pick.
She did. Do you think Miwa hold on, I'm what if Miwa made Gojou do a TikTok dance instead of an Instagram picture?
He would do it, but I think she would be too embarrassed to ask.
I think Gojou just hits the whoa on his that's not a TikTok dance, that's just a thing, but I think Gojou hits the whoa all the time.
Yeah, Gojou perfectly cooks his ramen and hits the whoa. He fuck yes, I've done it.
Yeah. Alright, who's after Miwa?
Next is Ieri. I like her a lot too.
I love Ieri.
And then after her on the list, those are all characters that I like. And then
okay, so 12th character is the last one you like, and from that line it's just
It's next we're getting into characters that I'm fairly neutral about. So next is gonna be Itadori's dead grandpa. I did like him while he was here, but he is dead now.
Yeah, and he has not come up since. I mean, he's been referenced once or twice, but
not important anymore.
We have not importance.
Yeah. Next is Dagon the funny jellyfish. He's done nothing, but I like to see him.
We love Dagon. He's named after a Dota. Item.
Yes. He's just when he was in Getou's beach home and he was floating in the ocean, it was so cute.
Yeah, it was.
If he had ever talked or done anything, he would be a lot higher on the list, because I love a cute little creature.
Is that Getou's beach home?
I mean, he opens the door to his apartment and it's a beach house, so that's why I'm calling it Getou's beach home.
I think he opens the door to an apartment. I don't think Getou is creating that. Is he?
I mean, the way it was presented, as I understood, was Getou went to an apartment complex. He opened the door, as you would do to your apartment complex. And then
your buddy's apartment complex.
Or
your buddy's apartment.
He's the only human in the friend group. Who else could buy the apartment?
I am wondering if you think that... Is that Getou's warp to a beach zone? Does he have a warp pipe in his apartment?
That was a thing that I wasn't clear about. It's definitely warping him to somewhere, but I don't know if it's a real place on the earth or if it's a spirit dimension.
Okay. But yeah, Dagon does love to chill in that water.
Yes.
He's just vibing.
It was very cute.
Yeah.
Okay, next is I'm putting Sayori and Fushigro's sister in the exact same spot because I realize they're the exact same character and they might actually be the same character.
Yeah, they, yeah.
They're just... Fushiguro and Kugasaki both have an older woman in their life whose character trait was the most nice person in the world.
Yeah, and they both are sad about it.
Are they the same character? You have to tell it to me right now if it's true.
They're not. You'll learn more about them.
Because I was like, oh, Sayori left to go to Tokyo, and that's where Fushiguro's lives. So what if...
Sayori actually... This is like... I guess this is probably a spoiler. But Sayori actually like showed up in one of the chapters recently. Like, we saw Sayori in her...
Oh, yeah.
Like, just...
Then she can't be Fushiguro's sister, because she extremely died or something.
Yeah.
Oh, well. They are the same character, though, so they get the same spot.
Yeah, same spot.
Next is Ajichi. Ajichi would have been a lot higher, but I got so mad at him for that part where he was like, "No, don't go, Itadori," and then he didn't do anything.
Okay.
Next is Principal Yagi. He's okay.
Yagi. He's fine.
I'm a bit annoyed with him because I don't enjoy his tactics of creating the little guys. I think it's a little silly. Not silly, but I don't really like the guys.
You don't like Cassie? You don't like the little boxing bear?
I don't know. I don't like the way of their comedy for some reason.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from you. One of them, they both, their entire purpose in this show so far has just been to beat the shit out of Itadori, and that's hilarious.
I don't think it's very funny for you to be the teacher of the school entrusted with the care of the children and to beat the shit out of them. I think it's a bit irresponsible.
Listen, I mean, Kakashi's irresponsible too. Like, I think this is just like a thing of shonen teachers. Like.
I don't know. I don't think that Getou would. I don't think that Gojou would do that to Itadori. Like, they were doing training, of course, but I don't think he would be like rude and beat him up.
I mean, he did though. He did beat him up.
Yeah, he did give it to him, but I don't know. The vibes of it, I don't enjoy.
I think you're drawing some lines here because one of these men is a slutty, sexual, collarbone, white-haired boy, and the other one is a gruff guy voiced by Kiryu from Yakuza.
I liked the part where he and Ijichi were sitting and they were like, "Hey, he's
that
late."
is funny. that was funny.
He's still a neutral zone to me, so this isn't the bad zone yet, so that's fine.
Right. Okay. Who's next?
Next is Hanami. He's okay. I liked when he was like, spirits do have emotions, Getou, so check your privilege. And I liked his flower attack. He's a little yucky to look at to me.
Really? I think his design is like really aesthetically pleasing. Is it the eyes? Is it the eyes?
It is the eyes, a lot of it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I really love Hanami's design, but to each their own. Go on.
I would like if he had more colors too, maybe. He's like all white all over. I'd like if he looked more flowery.
He makes more colors.
Yeah.
He makes more colors.
I mean, maybe he changes with the seasons, like that Sawsbuck Pokemon.
Oh, that would be sick.
That'd be cute. Maybe this is just his winter outfit.
Yeah, okay. He's vibing in the cold.
Okay. Next is Mai. I didn't like her behavior. We're getting into now we're in characters that I don't like. I don't like Mai so far. I always kind of annoys me when women characters are like, "We're gonna have a girl fight." She was rude. I'll just say it. She was rude in a way that I didn't enjoy.
I'm writing down in my notes, rude.
Next is Jogo. I think he's rude also, and he's also yucky to look at.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm agreeing to disagree on Hanami. I think Jogo is sick to look at. I love his Trafalgar Law ass coat that he's rocking.
His outfit is good, but I don't like the way his eyes are is gross, and
his
also
eye,
his
eye singular.
Yeah. I like to watch him get clowned on, but that doesn't mean that I like his character, you know.
That's fair. I love Jogo. But that's fair.
Okay, next is the panda. We all know how I feel about the panda.
Despise. Fucking murder this panda.
Next is Mahito.
Wow, okay, so Mahito's not dead last.
Mahito is not dead last, and here's why. Some of the things he did were funny.
So then, is dead last Gachi Ganja then?
There's two more.
Okay, so Gachi Ganja and Todou, I guess.
Next is Todou. I'm really mad at him for what he did to Fushiguro. And also, I didn't like how horny he was.
Yeah.
And last is Mr. Boomer. Because not only is he, a shitty guy, he's also, representative of the corruption of society, which we all hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that normally I like cannot despise when I cannot stand when a character is like being horny in any way, shape, or form. Something about Todou is a little I'm not trying to like convince you here, I'm just explaining me.
Yeah.
Something about Todou is a bit more palatable to me, and I think it's because he's like horny in the same way that like a 16-year-old with like a poster on his wall of like a babe on a car is horny.
Itadori does have like horny babe posters, but Todou, one, he's like bringing his horniness into the real world by like being all obsessed with a girl, which is creepy. And then he's also like pushing it on other people, which is one of the things like I hate the most when like a character is like, "Hey, are you horny? I am." Like it's very uncomfortable.
That's fair. That's fair.
And he did like weird like reverse backhanded homophobia to Fushiguro.
Did he? I thought he just
like
said it's fine if you like dudes
said it was
too.
okay if you like dudes, but he was obviously saying it as a throwaway, which just made Fushiguro more uncomfortable, so he couldn't admit it. And then when Fushiguro tried to pretend to be hetero, he got the shit kicked out of him, which was rude.
And he tried to Fushiguro tried to be like non-gender specific, and the translator pointed at him and said straight.
Fushiguro said, "For $1, I'm naming a woman. It's my dead sister."
Oh, there will be some good Todou content next season. There will be.
Yeah, we'll see if he can rise up from like 20th place in my rankings.
Yeah, let me. What is that? 24. I count 24. 24 if I count. Sardi and Fushiguro's sister are both tied at 15.
Yeah.
So then Ijichi becomes 17.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay, we got questions.
Oh, nice! I'm ready to answer the questions.
Anti-tractionist, magical Mr. Pissed Off Elise, says, Sukuna told Mahito, "You may spank it once, like funny Donkey Kong." I would also like to say, I did not see this question before I made the "you may touch it once."
I mean, it's simply what he did. He said it out loud. He did the pose. He had his ass out on the show.
If Sukuna is Donkey Kong, which characters would you assign to the other Kongs? I'm just going to look up a comprehensive list of Kongs.
I'm going to list all the ones I know. Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Baby Kong, Lanky Kong, Candy Kong. I don't know the name of the cool one. I don't think it's Cool Kong.
It's not Cool Kong. It's Funky Kong.
Funky Kong.
Okay, hold on.
Grandpa Kong.
I've got a list here of Kongs, and I will write them down right next to your list of characters who your character rankings, and I will do some.
Yeah, this is your
matching.
character ranking.
Yeah, so we've got Donkey Kong, obviously.
Okay, if Donkey Kong is Sukuna, then that means Diddy Kong has to be Itadori, I think. Right? Because they're like kind of like buddies. They're always hanging out together.
Yeah. Okay. Dixie Kong.
Dixie Kong is Diddy Kong's female friend, so I guess that would be Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, not writing that one down. Kitty Kong, Kiddy.
The baby
not
Kong
Kitty.
would be like a child friend of Jennifer Lawrence. Maybe
okay,
we could.
So, okay, we've got Donkey Kong is Sukuna, Diddy Kong is Itadori, Dixie Kong is Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
Can we change that to be... There's only so many Kongs. Can we change that to be as a character who's actually, like, on this ranking list?
No, we can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, Dixie Kong goes to Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes. And then Kitty Kong would be...
I'm not writing down Jennifer Lawrence's childhood friend.
It's like a strong baby. So, maybe Mahito? Because the Kitty Kong is also pretty gross and annoying.
Oh yeah, Mahito is a strong baby, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kitty Kong sucks to look at.
Yeah, so I think that's a good pair.
Okay, well, I'm mad about that one, but go on. Okay, Tiny Kong.
I don't know who that one is. Who's the tiniest character?
Well, I think that's going to be Inumaki. But Tiny Kong is the one with, like, the really long pigtails.
Oh, I know her. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just make it the pigtail girl? I don't really want to think too hard about it.
The pigtail girl?
Yes.
The girl you haven't met. Okay. So, Tiny Kong is Broom girl whose name always escapes me because her name starts with an M, and
there's a Mai and a May and
there's a Mai and wait, a May?
You said that there's a May later because I accidentally called Mai.
Okay, yeah. There is a May later. I was just like, do you know who May is yet? But I forgot that I'd like talked about May a little bit. May has become canceled since the last time we recorded.
Good for her.
No, it's not. It's not good for her. Canceled in a bad way, Kay. You're not going to like it when we get there in season 4.
Great.
Let's see. Lanky Kong.
Okay. Damn. We already assigned Mahito someone.
Yeah. We already said Mahito is Kitty Kong.
Yeah. Okay, so Lanky Kong Lanky Kong is the one that, like, everyone doesn't like and is, like, kind of gross, right?
He'll stretch his arms out just for you.
Yeah, and everyone doesn't really like that. Let's say that Lanky Kong is... I'm looking at this list of characters. It's hard to say.
Maybe we make him Mahito and then make Kitty Kong, like, Gojou or Jogo?
No, I'm gonna say let's make Lanky Kong Gojou. Because they're both, like, the twinks of monkeys.
Is Lanky Kong a twink?
I mean, he's lanky. I would also call Gojou lanky.
You've seen a picture of Lanky Kong, right? Like, you know what this man looks like.
He's like yeah. But I'm
looking at the man's Wikipedia page. And it's just the idea of this guy being a twink is really funny to me.
Gojou is lanky. I'll say it. Whenever he's in his, like, slutty outfit, I'm like, well, this guy's pretty lanky.
Wrinkly Kong.
Oh, that's the Grandma Kong, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I think we can go across genders here and call this one a Gachi Ganja type.
Well, Wrinkly Kong is the one that's a ghost, right? So we should make it Itadori's grandpa.
I was going to say it could be Fushiro's sister.
No, she wasn't wrinkly.
Okay, so Itadori Grandpa. Next is Chunky Kong.
Damn, who's Chunky?
What does Chunky Kong look like? Yeah, I gotta look at this guy. Oh, he's the one with, like, the blue vest and the backwards hat with the red hat. Or the red hat. Wait,
then who's Funky Kong?
Funky Kong is the guy with the bandana and the shades.
I have to look up Funky Kong.
Yeah, they're completely different characters, Kay, really.
Okay. This one is Todou for sure.
The Chunky Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Why are we doing all of these?
Sean asked.
You asked for this, Sean.
Candy Kong.
That's unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Funky Kong.
This one is Itadori again. Wait, no, we already did him. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. Funky Kong.
For reasons that I cannot yet divulge, Todou will also be Funky Kong, but that's next season. We'll cover that next season. Who's the funky? Is Nanami Funky Kong? No, he's not funky.
He's not funky, but I do want to make him Funky Kong.
Yeah, I'm kind of like drawing the line between the two right now on my notes. I look like I'm doing like a word match puzzle here.
We've done a good job. Is that all of them?
No, there's 3 more.
Okay, great.
Next is Swanky Kong.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
Well,
I've never seen this guy. Oh, this is the guy who you give all the golden, you give like a bunch of collectibles to in the game, and then he gives you a golden banana, and then you say, "Oh, banana." I think it's that guy.
Okay, this guy is the guy from Nanami's Job.
Nanami's boss. Got it. Nanami boss. Cranky Kong. Which is that should be Itadori's grandpa. Yeah. That should be Itadori's grandpa.
No, that's Miwa's grandpa because he's alive.
Oh, that's Gachi Ganja. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And lastly, this is an enemy Kong, Manky Kong.
Manky Kong.
This guy looks great. This guy looks right.
All right, this one is Jogo for sure.
Same head shape.
Yeah. And he's like, looks like he's on fire a bit.
Yeah. All right. That's all of the...
All right, Sean. You don't get to ask another question for a while. We worked really hard for you.
Christ, I did not think there were that many fucking Kongs. This one from @SlitherBite, Agnan, artist of the show. Which anime character voiced by Suabe should take Sukuna's place? I was looking at this earlier of a list of characters voiced by Suabe.
Wow, I didn't even know that this was a question when I said that Aomine Daiki could do the Malevolent Shrine. But that is the answer.
That's your answer?
Yes.
That's a good... Hold on, I need a moment to peruse... I need a moment to peruse Mr. Suabe's...
I mean, that's my answer because, like, whenever I hear Sukuna voice in Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm like, damn, that's Aomine. But now also, whenever I hear Aomine voice in Kuroko, I'm like, damn, that's Sukuna.
Let's see,
So they're the exact same character to me.
Who else has Suabe been that I would recognize?
He's Iwai... Fuck, I always forget how his name is.
Iwaizumi?
No, the teacher in...
Aizawa.
My Hero. Aizawa, yeah.
Yeah, Shota Aizawa. There's that. There's, he was Archer in Unlimited Blade Works, which is...
We talked about that. I don't really know what that is.
Yeah. I would love Archer Sukuna. Let me just do a quick, finish perusing this.
Yeah, I'm seeing if there's any.
He was Terrence T. Darby or Tellance T. Darby in Stardust Crusaders.
That's the video games one, right?
Yeah, gamer. Darby the gamer.
Darby the gamer.
Let's see. Aizawa, yes. He was Victor in Yuri on Ice.
Oh, he was Victor in Yuri on Ice. Oh, I would love to see Victor's perfect domain. That would be fucking sick.
God, ice skating domain. I don't know what he would do in it, but he would ice skate.
He would kill
one
you.
thing would be for sure. He was a Baccio in Golden Wind.
Yeah, he's a Baccio.
Itadori.
We knew that, yeah.
I would like that. That would be fun.
You want a Baccio?
I like a Baccio.
A Capio?
Listen, sometimes you realize being a cop is a bad idea, and you stop being a cop, and you become a criminal instead.
And then when you die, your perfect heaven is becoming a cop again.
Yeah, listen, no one's perfect.
And some people are much less perfect than others.
No, you know what? I want Sukuna, I want Suabe to do the voice he did for Sarazanmai, which is, he played a character named Kepi, who is a small, fat little kappa who smokes weed.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going to send you a JPEG of what this character looks like. And this is the sexual beast of Junichi Suabe.
Oh, hell yeah.
In Sarazanmai. Sarazanmai is so fucking good.
I'm looking at this. Apparently, in Yuri on Ice, he voiced Victor and also Victor's dog.
That's pretty good. What's the dog's name? Like Pinshorin?
Makachin.
Makachin. Yes. And I think that's all that I know Suabe from. That's
he's voiced so many fucking characters that I've never heard of.
Oh, who's Kyogai? Kyogai. Oh, he was the big drum demon in Demon Slayer. Interesting. Huh. I would not have expected them to use Suabe for... Anyways, you don't know that guy. Nope. Yeah, that's my my pick is gonna be Kepi from Sarazanmai.
Mine is still Aomine. I think it would be funny.
Yeah. That's like a really close number 2 for me. Have we talked about what our curse techniques would be? We've done that, right?
Yeah, we did.
At Groove and Ghastly, one bad spook and she do what I zoinky. I forget if it's already been asked, but I'm always thinking about Moondregs. But if you could summon your own Shikigami animal or combo, what would it be? So not exactly what's your curse technique, but specifically if you were a Shikigami summoner, what would your like
everyone
animal
can
or
have
combo?
a Shikigami, right? If they
that's...
have a curse technique, you can just also have a Shikigami if you'd like.
Kind of?
Is my understanding.
I'm still not sure entirely, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I'll just roll with that.
Do they always have to be animals?
I'm going to say for the sake of this question that yes.
Okay. Like, obviously, I already have Fushiguro's 2 dogs, but...
Right.
I'm thinking about like an animal that will give me like some sort of tactical advantage. Like Fushiguro has his big bird, and I think the bird is pretty good because it lets him fly around and such.
Yeah. I think if we're allowing to stretch to fictional creatures, I'm gonna say Lagak from Magic the Gathering. It's like a very large lizard that you can like put a mount on and ride like a horse.
Oh, I was gonna have a very similar answer. I would say like.
I'm sending you an image of a saddleback Lagak.
A saddleback Lagak. Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, I love these guys.
Okay, mine would be sort of like this, but I'm thinking like more like a flying type, like a dragon. like a Chinese myth dragon. I think.
Oh,
would be cool.
that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
What's your hand sign for it? I don't know what my hand sign for the little gak would be.
It would be like you do the snake one, but like the out two fingers are up, like the frill kind of ear thing, and then like the other hand is like also doing that.
Ooh, that's good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. At Milk Succubus one on Twitter, they didn't ask it on Twitter, but I'm gonna quote them anyways. I won't be home for a little bit, so I'll put my question here. What rage face should Mahito have turned his head into during the fight? I think if he had like turned his face into this tricked emoji, like he would have been able to dodge Itadori's punch. Just like make like a valley in the middle of his face, like he did to that one kid in the movie theater.
That's such a good answer that I don't even want to give one. Like it would absolutely be like some version of the like, "Are you mad now?" And this trick is a good one.
Yeah, this.
or like instead of at the end he was like a large balloon, he could have just been like the face because he's very sad. He's upset.
He could, just like a giant, just like a monolith of the okay face.
Oh, I guess I lost.
Oh my god!
All right, that's all for questions.
That's all for questions. That's going to do it for this week's episode of Special Grade Snacks. We will be back in 3 weeks, right? Because 2 weeks will be when the show comes back, and then 1 week after is when we'll have 2 episodes to talk about. There
will be 1 extra week missing, but I think that's the best way to do the schedule.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Next, maybe we'll release something like in 2 weeks. That's just like a small episode talking about how much or how little we liked the meatball recipe.
I gotta make those meatballs.
I want that beef ball.
It's so easy and delicious.
We're at Special Grid Snacks on Twitter. That's grade without the vowels, snacks with an X. Thank you to Ognian at Kalali Fair Art on Twitter for the incredible cover art that we have. Thank you to Noah Geist, just Noah Geist on Bandcamp, for our excellent intro and outro music, Lost in the Bug Snacks. Thank you very much to Ali and KKB for the mashup materials. We have to say goodbye to Lost in Paradise and Kaikai Kitan.
Brand new songs. I'm pretty excited to hear some new songs. I'm excited to see a new OP and do more analysis of it.
Yeah, we they've announced the new theme songs they've announced the artists for the next arc. The OP will be done by a group called Huya Extended, and the ED will be by a group called Koshuni.
Do you know if they've done any other anime stuff?
Not from what I could find. I think I looked into this a couple of weeks ago.
That's kind of interesting. Like, a lot of anime have, like, bands that do a lot of anime OPs, you know?
Right, you'll see a lot of, like, Kanabun, Pornograffiti, Nico Touches the Walls, Spy-Air, Burnout Syndromes. You see a lot of those names a lot. Did a couple... Huya Extended did a couple of, Psychopaths OPs, it looks like.
Ooh. Alright, I'm excited. I think they'll be good.
And Koshuni, they also did a song for Psychopaths.
Huh.
That's interesting. 1 second. Huya Extended is just such a good-ass name. Huya!
But I'm extending it.
Oh! There was one joke that I wanted to say before we go, because I completely missed it. This is like at the very start of the episode of the episode of the show, but when Nanami is like, "Oh, my curse technique won't work on Mahito," Itadori makes a sound that sounds exactly like an ad lib on Amigo's record. He's just like, Nanami is like, "Yeah, my curse technique won't work," and Itadori goes, "Whoo!"
Sheesh.
Anyways, whoo!
Damn.
Fuck it up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We love making it. Join the Discord. Chat with us about all of our fan theories. Join the secret channel of the Discord where Kay posts a bunch of tons of haiku.
No, you can't join the secret. Well, you can.
Yeah, you can. You're encouraged to. It's good content.
You have to ask politely, though, and I have to judge your soul.
Kay has to weigh your soul against the weight of a volleyball, and if your soul is heavier than a volleyball, you are not permitted to enter.
Okay.
I am the only exception. My heart is heavy as a rock, and Kay still let me in. Thank you very much, Kay.
No problem.
Okay. Let's go get some snacks.
Let's go get some snacks.
Talking about bug snack expedition. 13 strong got rumpuses. Cour set off, seeking out a better life on Snack Tooth Island. They did find a tasty quest to fill the hole that many feel